An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge, based on the short story of the same name, was the What episode to be shared through other filmmakers, and had a legacy of its own as an award-winning piece. This story shows but doesn't tell of a man's last dreamt moments of freedom, and is a special experience found in The Twilight Zone. Adapted from a story by writer and Civil War veteran Ambrose Bierce, An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge was a film that on its own was highly acclaimed by the Cannes Film Festival and the Academy Awards. And around the time of its release in 1963, Serling was invited to a private screening and was enthusiastic about not only spotlighting the piece, but also getting approval to broadcast it through The Twilight Zone. The production team of The Twilight Zone had the creative freedom to transform the piece and make it compatible to television, being supplied/paying for its film negatives, fine grain print, and separate materials. And it's been confirmed in the Twilight Zone Companions that the story rights' total costs were $20,000 plus an extra $5,000 for re-editing and sound-syncing fees, which include shortening its runtime and adding in Serling's narration. The story itself takes place after the events of the Civil War, as a Southern resistance fighter named Peyton Farquhar is set to be executed on a railroad bridge. And right as the viewer has seen the preparations in order and expect to see Peyton's last breath, he falls into the river below and is free from his restraints. And during the remainder of the episode, we are shown a series of events where Peyton takes the advantage of his saving grace. But just as he has run away from the troops who wanted him dead and is reunited with his wife, the ending twist ends on a wide shot of Peyton meeting his destined fate. As this story has little to no dialogue, this entry in The Twilight Zone has gorgeous cinematography and editing in its place. It's said that director John Bofidy consulted Matthew Brady's Civil War pictures in order to construct a surreal world of dreamscapes and unusual photography, and Bofidy's work as well as director Robert Enrico's definitely shows. Through the under handful of environments we explore, the camera takes advantage of every opportunity and viewpoint to shine and to matter. You have an entire encapsulation of wide to close-up frames, pans to handhelds, bird's eye to point of view shots, immersive montages, and cross-cutting in loops of the same action, and utilizing slow motion and underwater camera work. Also, the created sound effects by John Yenny and music by Henry Lanui are equally astounding and add to the suspense and color of instruments of it all. Not to mention, the guitar ballad, Living Living Man, really stands on its own. It has a pleasant vibrato and soft-tone folk instrumental that was able to showcase the nature and mortality of the world Peyton may have taken for granted. And of course, the ending dared to show a snippet of pure happiness before it rips that visualization away for reality to strike. And it leaves no breathing room for the audience to enjoy the journey Peyton took to try and go back home. And it exceeds any expectation the viewer could have made. Although The Twilight Zone wasn't able to spotlight more international films, even with plans to do so, I'm really happy that An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge stood as a precedent for the entertainment industry of all mediums and parts of the globe to be inclusive of the storytelling that's often never seen by more than its residential audience. To me, as someone who read the short story before seeing its adaptation, it does remain faithful to its subject material, but also accomplishes a lot of subtlety and passion that the series was known for, and did so with expertise and with agony for what we get invested in. This is truly the story of a man without words, who enjoyed the little moments of life while savoring what he was leaving behind, even if his victorious farewell was only within his own illusion.